Hi, everyone. Welcome. I know some of you have been waiting very patiently for us to start this webinar. Thank you so much for being on time. We're just going to give it a couple of more minutes because we have people who are joining us from all over the world. And this is a very, very interesting webinar. We don't want people to lose out. So just be patient. We're going to wait for about 3-4 minutes and then we'll get started. So thank you. Welcome. So glad to see so many of you joining so quickly. All right, I said 5 minutes, and I think it's time we started. Just to be sensitive to those of you who are here, Again, hello, a big hello, a warm hello to each one of you. Thank you so much for being here once again today. I know it's almost the end of January, but a very happy 2023 to each and every one of you. So glad all of you are here. As you know, the Berlin School of Business and Innovation has launched an array of new programs, but today we're here just to talk in detail about the psychology programs, both in the bachelor's and master's level. Now, before we go into the details of the programs and give you an opportunity to ask questions, I would like to introduce you to my wonderful panelist, Ms. I promise that I wouldn't make a mistake, Ms. Athanasia Keru. Did I say that right?
Right.
Okay, good. She is the academic officer for the psychology programs. Thankfully, Athanasia is also known as Nancy, so that's what I'm going to be calling her for the rest of the program. So if I refer to Nancy, I'm talking to Athanasia. Audience, do not get confused, okay? So Nancy, just a little bit of background with regards to Nancy. She holds a BA in psychology from the University of Strasbourg. She's very passionate about cognitive neuroscience, and so she did her dissertation in cognitive psychology with a focus on reconstructive memory. She also holds an MA degree in human resource management from the University of Northampton. She has collaborated with many well-known mental health professionals on various projects, focusing mainly on mental health and psychological well-being of adults, adolescents, and couples. Now, one would think she would stop studying after her master's, but no, her passion for psychology just went on and on. That led her to enroll in a 4-year therapeutic program in which she specialized in systemic and family therapy. Nancy now has her own private practice, which she has the opportunity to do individual psychological sessions with her patients. She also volunteers at a nonprofit organization called Together for Children, where she counsels young adults, families, and couples. Her interests now lie in educational psychology, young adults' well-being, personal support, and development. Nancy, you're such an inspiration and an ideal example to show us all that we're lifelong learners. Thank you so much for being here today, and we're so excited to hear from you. So very warm welcome to you.
Thank you, Sadegita, for introduction. I'm also super happy to be here and discussing one of my favorite topics, that is psychology. I think we have many things to discuss about today with the students. Yes.
100%, yes. I just want to just give a little bit more brief because I don't think some of these people who have been on the webinars know me. I'm Sangeeta George, and I'm the head of student support. And what my team does is help you as students, if you're interested to join our programs at BSBI. What we do is help make that student journey a little bit more easier for you. So we help you with your visa and your accommodation, whatever need you might have before you get to Berlin. So please, I will be sharing both Nancy and my email address later. So if you have any questions or concerns with regards to what we're going to talk about or any kind of support that you need, we're happy. Both Nancy and I are from a psychology background, and so we've been so looking forward to having this session and sharing some really exciting information about the courses we offer and the career progression each of you can have when you complete these courses in psychology. So audience, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be asking Nancy some questions, which I hope will answer a lot of the queries that you might already have. We will open it up for questions at the end. So if you have any questions with regards to what we're going to talk about, you can ask Nancy yourself, and we will also be sharing a PowerPoint at the end. Okay, so we're going to get started now, and the questions that I'm going to ask Nancy will be pertaining both to the bachelor's and the master's programs. Nancy, you're okay with that, right? Yeah, no problem. Okay. So first of all, do you think you can start off by telling us the psychology courses that we are offering at BSBI, and why is it that we're starting it now in 2023?
Yes, of course. So we launched 2 programs, one Bachelor of Science in Psychology and a master degree in Cognitive Processes and Technologies. structured according to different paths. So I think that one of the reasons we are launching these programs lies in the fact that today, more than ever, we recognize the value and necessity of innovation, creativity, and individual resilience. So it is apparent that we live in a constantly changing and complex world, but also in an era characterized by specialization. So think about the changes in recent years, the changes in politics, in economy, in technology, in education, and on top of that, the changes caused by the pandemic. So nowadays, our professional as well as personal success depends on our level of flexibility, the extent to which we are willing and able to adapt to our new environment, face various challenges, and take advantage of them. So all of these factors orchestrate the concept of individual resilience, which is perhaps among the most critical factors of those required to thrive in a VUCA world. Yeah. Going back 25 years or so, psychology focused almost exclusively on the investigation of mental illness and the suffering they caused. However, today, apart from the study of human mind and behavior, psychology studies human flourishing with the goal of increasing people's well-being and resilience. Thus, psychology is playing an increasingly great role in the discussion of how to solve the world's most intractable, let's say, challenges. And this is the point where psychologists in recent years have been asked not only to have a seat at the table, but to live off these changes.
Yeah. 100%. I love that you're saying, if you look around in every field, there is a psychologist that's required. I mean, the need, if you look outside right now compared to 10, 15 years, it's quite amazing. And I know later you're going to talk about career progressions and stuff, which is hugely exciting. Do you think you can briefly give us a gist or a summary of what the bachelor's course is about and what the master's course, and maybe can you highlight some key factors about both the programs?
Of course, yes. I will start with the Bachelor. So the Bachelor of Science in Psychology is based on the biopsychosocial model that combines knowledge from various scientific fields, offering students knowledge of basic and applied psychology. More specifically, students will deepen their knowledge in topics of psychological research, cognitive neuroscience, social psychology, communication, technology, and of course they will acquire knowledge regarding the professional technical tools that are essential to enter the labor market. In short, although many programs in psychology focus only on theories and therapeutic techniques, this one, among others, incorporates principles of cognitive psychology, neuroscience, technology, biogenetics, and social psychology, preparing students in such a way that help them acquire competitive advantage in terms of their academic background, enabling them to hold a significant position in the market. So last but not least, I would like also to note that apart from highlighting the structure and the content of this program, consider one more thing, that by obtaining this degree, this knowledge, and having all this information, how many postgraduate options are presented to students? For example, do you wish to pursue a career in business students, or marketing, or neuroscience, or education, career related to sport or arts? You simply can follow your dream without considering that you don't have the required academic background. And this is very important. As far as what the master concerns, this master degree in cognitive process and technologies, structured according to different paths, is aimed at the acquisition of advanced theoretical and methodological knowledge in the field of psychology applied to technologies. So through the study of psychological phenomena emerging in the new scenario of man-machine interaction and in the context of psychosocial intervention, the course offers advanced training in the design and operational areas of psychology. This means that in this program, we study our interaction with social media, gaming, artificial intelligence, educational or organizational platforms, and so on, and how these activities affect both our brain and our behavior. So as I said, this program has two paths. So let's say some words for neuroscience, and then we will continue with cyberpsychology. So neuroscience is the field of study and research concerning the function of the central nervous system and the brain. Actually, neuroscientists focus on the study of the brain and how the mental process affect our behavior and cognitive functions. So they study the action of molecules, genes, and cells, and explore the complex processes involved in various functions, cognitive functions as decision-making, attention, perception, as well as they examine emotions, learning processes, memory, and much more. Therefore, we could say that the main purpose of neuroscience is to study and understand the interaction of neural networks that produce a behavior. In this context, the course aims to provide neurobiological, neuroscientific, and clinical knowledge when students will acquire theoretical knowledge in neuroanatomy, neuropsychological syndromes and brain processes, underlying mental functions and their functions, of course. At the same time, they are trained in the provision of neuropsychological tests and the diagnosis of neuropsychological syndromes in order to assess the state of patients and propose the appropriate rehabilitation program. Something that I consider very important is that in addition to the aforementioned knowledge, this program will focus on future changes in communication and information technologies and their impact on humans by creating, let's say, a bridge between technology and neuroscience. Specialized courses are provided related to learning and new technologies, the design of online environments, innovative organizational and technological models with emerging technologies such as augmented reality. And due to all of the above, it is evident that the students will have the opportunity to deepen their knowledge into one of the, let's say, hottest topics in neuroscience today.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Of course. So regarding cyber psychology, this course offers advanced training in psychology applied to technologies and artificial intelligence. Also, the aim of this program is to provide an understanding of the processes and changes that occur at the individual as well as societal level due to the interaction with the new media. So students will acquire knowledge and skills that will enable them to analyze and design technologies aimed at promoting individual and social well-being. In my opinion, the reason why this program stands out is that although it provides students with knowledge of many emerging topics, it is also therapeutic in nature, as students not only focus on topics such as human-machine interaction. In contrast, they will also focus on understanding and analyzing various online interactions, such as conflict and its management, which is a very serious topic, social inclusion and participation, including communication models and the role of trust. And in this framework, I think that it makes sense that graduates will delve into the symbiotic relationship between humans and digital technologies during adulthood and childhood, and to understand the formation of identity, friendship, loneliness, sexuality, isolation, and much more.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Can you just highlight, Nancy, some of the subjects or the modules that students will be exposed to or learning for the bachelor's as well as the master's program? Maybe what kind of courses will they be doing?
Yes, I can highlight regarding the bachelor, let's say, okay.
Yeah.
They will have origins and history of psychology. The course explores the various schools of thought with the greater personalities of psychological thought by describing the different methodological approaches, the main research hypotheses, and relations with the historical and cultural context within which these psychological schools acted. Also, community psychology. It aims to illustrate some of the intervention techniques that can be used in the socio-educational and community health context, highlighting the contribution of group and social dynamics. Psychology of personality, that I think it's my favorite. It's personality psychology is a discipline on the border between basic and applied psychology. And this, it presents a bridge between scientific research and practical requirements. And so in this perspective, the course pays particular attention to aspects mostly related to the relevance of personality in different applicative areas. What concerns neuro? So, neuroscience and psychobiology. This course deals in detail with the cellular and molecular mechanisms that govern cognitive processes, and this is very important as cognitive processes govern our behavior. Then, data science. The course introduced the concepts of data science, data scientists, and big data with special attention to the presence of data in our lives and its production. Practical examples of machine learning, sentimental analysis, data mining, and network analysis will be offered to students also. So, neuropsychological assessment and cognitive neurorehabilitation. This course aims to provide general descriptions of the tools used in neuropsychological diagnosis of various cognitive disorders and the main neuropsychological syndromes. And finally, regarding cyber psychology, I can mention experience design, where this course focuses on the principles of experience design and interaction design that underpin the design of interactive solution, and in particular, specialized physical and digital interfaces from the point of view of user experience, accessibility, and acceptance. Also, social psychology of online relationship. The course aims to provide a broad overview of social psychology topics applied to the internet. And one more, let's say that it is technologies and personal support. Students in this module will acquire knowledge of the technologies used to support the individual in both clinical and psychological context and clinical rehabilitation fields, as well as the methodologies for promoting well-being.
Excellent. Some of these modules sound so interesting, Nancy, and it's
so interesting and exciting. Exactly.
All of them sound so interesting, and it really is the need of the hour. You know what I mean? No matter whatever, whether it's the IT field or when you're talking about big data and data analytics and stuff like that, these are all so important right now. Is there an opportunity for students to do an internship as part of any of these courses, either the bachelor's or the master's?
I'm sure that they will have such an opportunity, but I strongly believe that it's not the right time to mention something right now, as students they need time in order to better understand the field, the specific field yes, they want to follow, and then to
Yeah.
discuss it with their professors in order to find the right place for them.
Yeah, I think that's so important for them to know. It's not a pre-requirement that you just do a random internship, but based on your interest as a student, then professors will be hugely supportive in order to find, because I think it's so important to put that theory into practice.
Of
What
course.
kind of 21st century skills do you think students will be able to gain through this course, the bachelor's and the master's?
Let's start with, I think, common skills that many sciences offer to students.
Of
That
course.
is communication skills, let's say, critical thinking, creativity. But these students will have, from these programs, will have also technology and media literacy. But I would also like to say that students, that psychology students acquire skills such as resilience, empathy, managing their emotions, flexibility, and most important, they know how to keep their mental potential united in order to reach their success. And for me, these are most important skills for this world that we live today.
That's amazing. Nancy, the way that you're saying about these courses, you're almost tempting me to join one of them. Seriously. I feel
Me
like
too,
I
Sagita.
want Okay. What is the duration of these programs, and what's the delivery structure? So the duration for the bachelor's, and what's the delivery structure, and for the
So
master's?
the duration of the bachelor is 3 years, while master's is 2. So, and 2 because there are 3 terms of teaching plus a term of dissertation. So the structure of the program is based on the blended learning system, that the students will attend the online modules through the UNINETTUNO platform and face-to-face at the BSBI campus in Berlin, of course. And of course, I would like to mention that students will participate to special modules such as study method and research methodology, as well as to German language. This is that is very important because they and very helpful not only during the studies, but also if they want to pursue a career in Berlin also.
Of course, yeah, 100%. But the delivery of it is in English, right? There was a question about that from a
Of course. Yes, yes, of course, of course.
Both bachelor's and masters are in English. I know someone asked a question about it. The courses are entirely in English. I know a lot of students might have this question, and normally students will, but what's the eligibility criteria for getting into this course for the bachelor?
I think we have the same as all the programs for BSBI, but let's mention again. So regarding the bachelor's entry requirements, students should have minimum age 18 years old, academic qualifications, a school leaving certificate that allows students to pursue higher education in Germany, or international school leaving certificate, or BTAC, or advanced vocational certificate of education. So English language requirements consist of IELTS 6.0, no less than 5.5 in any component, equivalent passport test, PTA academic, and West Africa Senior School Certificate as proof of English for applicants from West Africa, namely Nigeria, Ghana, Liberia, Gambia, and Sierra Leone. So on the other hand, master's entry requirements are minimum age 21 years old, academic qualifications 3 years bachelor degree from a recognized institution in a related discipline. And I will highlight this, that don't think that your bachelor degree is not related to psychology and you cannot combine it. I can assure you that you will find a place, if you are interested for these programs, you will find a path in order to take these programs and continue your career. So a high school certificate, and if the students don't have a bachelor degree but have another academic qualification such as ND or a level 5 diploma or professional experience, they are also welcome to apply.
That's awesome.
Regarding the English language, about the master degree is the same as the bachelor.
Yeah, makes sense. Thank you so much for that, Nancy. I'm going to give Nancy 30 seconds to have a drink of water while I talk to the audience. Nancy, if you want to have some water. But students, we will be taking your questions. I know a lot of questions are coming in. Once Nancy finishes or we go through some of these questions, then I will start looking at your questions. So don't worry. If you have any questions that you're thinking about as Nancy's talking, please go ahead and put it, and I will address it in just a few minutes. Okay. So how soon can students apply for this course, Nancy? And what are the intakes that are available for 2023?
Oh, it's again the same as all programs that we have at BSBI.
Okay.
So they can actually, we have 3 intakes actually, February, May, and October. And I was thinking about this question now, Sagita, because this sounds me like how soon students want to start dreaming and taking the next step in their lives, and how soon they want to live in an amazing city and join a BSBI amazing campus where they will meet prominent professors and experts in student services, career departments, and so on. So I believe they answer as soon as possible.
I love that. Yes,
I answer on their behalf now, but I believe that this is the answer. And you know, this is something that makes me feel very excited, as I have already received emails regarding their interest in relation to these programs, and I'm sure that we can share our happiness about this in some 100%. Way.
I sense your excitement, and like I said, I think because I'm coming from a psychology background, just to see that students are actually interested and to see so many of them here asking questions. If I'm not wrong, Nancy, the psychology program is from our partner university, which is UNINETTUNO, right? Yeah,
exactly,
so both
exactly.
bachelor's and master's students are from UNINETTUNO, so you will get your certificate from UNINETTUNO in either of these programs, whatever you choose to do. Well, I wanted to, again, a lot of students who come to BSBI and through the webinars that we've been doing and my interaction with students, one of their biggest questions is, once I finish this or graduate from this course, what is next for me? So do you think you can talk a little bit more about what kind of career opportunities do students have once they graduate, and talk a little bit about what you talked to me about yesterday, about the initiative that you would like to start with the audience that's here?
Mm-hmm. So about the opportunities they have, let's start by saying that the science of psychology and its related disciplines, of course, such as neuroscience and cyber psychology, are evolving in the best possible way, as they are integrated into many different disciplines such as management, marketing, advertising, sports, and arts, and so on and so forth. So in the 21st century, they continue to thrive and improve on trends established in the previous century, including their use in the study of intelligence, learning, and human-machine interfaces. We also clearly see that business of all kinds continue to heavily influenced by the principles of organizational psychology, resulting in high demand for individuals specializing in the behavioral sciences. We also need to consider that promoting wellness has become an emerging part of healthcare, as opposed to focusing slowly on treating disease. Also, every day we see countless advertisements which launch a kind of well-being, either on social media or in articles or even the street. So in my opinion, as long as the world evolves, as long as we continue to remain fascinated by the things that the human species does, psychology will always be present. Therefore, I believe that in the coming years, we'll see a huge demand for the sciences. However, let me mention some of career opportunities that these programs open up. And regarding the Bachelor, I will mention counseling that consists of talk therapy, coaching, which is a form of development. Coach supports a client in achieving a specific personal and professional goal by providing training and guidance. Development. Developmental psychologists study human changes across their lifespan and how they adapt to those changes. Rehabilitation. In this sector, psychologists help people with chronic mental illness to improve their quality of life. Supporting educational process, where psychologists work with educators, administrators, teachers, and students to analyze how to help people learn best and improve their learning experience. Also, business and organization. The role of psychologists in this field is to improve the work environment for employees, as well as to improve their productivity. Welfare community sectors. Here, psychologists seek to better understand how the social environment influences human behaviors, health, and wellness, and in so doing, they try to support people to overcome any issues. So regarding the master and the neuroscience path, students can pursue a career in business and marketing, information technology, healthcare and clinical sector, of course, education, research and development, government and politics, psychology, of course, and cyber psychologists also have many exciting and profitable career choices. They can work as researchers in the communicative and clinical field, as web and game designers, as consultants in education and clinical context, UX designers in both public and private sector. And as we can see, there are many options to choose, and I think that it will be very helpful for the students to contact me directly and have a brief discussion about their career and their future prospects. So to listen and explain them how they can approach their career and their dreams, and of course to discuss about their potential concerns. I think it's a better solution for our students because there are too many options, too many perspectives, and too many approaches that they can take.
That's amazing. So students, I don't know if you caught that, but basically Nancy just gave a whole array of jobs that you can join once you complete your bachelor's or your master's. Mainly master's is what I would think. But if you are confused about which direction you need to go, then what Nancy is saying is that you can get in touch with her. I'm just going to quickly put down her email address here. Just so that y'all can see it. I put down mine also. So just get in touch with her if you have any. I'm going to leave the slide on for a while. So you have her email address right into her, and she's happy to have a one-to-one conversation with you just to help you with the trajectory of the career that you need to be following. Okay. So Nancy, at this point, I want to take some questions because students have been asking questions. So some of it we've already talked about, but you might have to repeat it. Hawa is asking, how can I join the class in Germany? So the application process is like any other. I'll just take this question, Nancy, is like any other application process. All you need to do is fill out an application form, Hawa. You also can give us your email address here or write into me at ask@berlin.sbi and say, Sangeeta, I was on your webinar and I'm interested in joining your program, and then I will get one of our program consultants to get in touch with you. But if you're confused about what you want to do, then get in touch with Nancy. Her email address is on the screen and she'd be happy to help you. Is this program in English? Juliana is asking, which you've already answered, Nancy. There is a question from Aman Kwa about if I want to join the school, is it by basically the question is, do they have to travel to Berlin to study it, or can they do it online?
No, they should have physical presence.
Okay, so Amankwa, you need to be on campus in order to do this. It's not right now because it's a fairly new program. We're not offering it online. So get in touch with us if you need any assistance with regards to starting on your visa, filling out your application, whatever it might be, so that you can get onto campus on time. Also, students, just keep in mind that we are now offering the psychology courses in October. In May, like Nancy said, it is very, very soon, so we don't have it in May, but we have it in October. You have ample time right now to apply for your visa and get onto campus, so do it now. Like she said, when I asked her how soon do students need to join, she said as soon as possible. So get on it, have a conversation with Nancy if you need to, get in touch with me if you need help with filling out your application forms, and we'd be happy to help you, okay? Does the program, so I think you've already answered this, Nancy, but if you want to just, does the program include different topics like neuroscience technologies, cyber psychology, among others? And you said yes, right?
Of course, David, yes.
Okay, great. Amankwa is asking how many years will be used to complete the program?
Regarding the bachelor or the master? Because the bachelor is 3 years program and the master is 2 years program.
Correct. Okay. What level of English is necessary? Juliana asks.
We should have the certification that we said before, ELTS, that is, it should be 6.0, not less than 5.5 to any components.
Yeah, so even someone, Hunza, you asked about the IELTS. What if the person doesn't have IELTS? We do highly recommend that you do the IELTS. Just so that we can show. We also look at medium of instruction and all of that, what you did in your previous programs and how old they are. All of that are different categories and components that we can look at. So Hunza, send me an email and I can get a program consultant to get in touch with you, and based on what you've done prior, we can tell you what is best for you right now. Okay. For Hawa, you're asking how long can you get your visa for? So normally you'll get your visa for the duration of the program, and then if you need to extend one, you're there, and you maybe if you get a job, because you can study after you graduate, or you can work, sorry, after you graduate, then we can help you with extending your visa. Okay, but if you're applying for a student visa, it'll be for the duration of your course for Berlin. Rihanna, you're asking me to talk about accommodation. I'd love to talk to you about accommodation, but right now we're talking about the psychology courses. Send me an email, Rihanna, if you need any help. And if you're struggling to find accommodation to come onto campus, then I'm happy to help you, and I can direct you to the department that you need to speak to, okay? Is the program online or physical? We've already talked about it. We said it's going to be physical, right? Nancy? Yeah.
Yes, right. It's a hybrid model, follows a hybrid model. That is, that they should have physical presence, but they will attend and online courses through the UNINETTUNO platform. Okay, that does not means that they should attend the course only online. This is something supplementary, let's say.
Yeah. 100%, yeah. Rihanna wants to know, Nancy, is there any chance of opening a campus in Frankfurt? Because she's in Frankfurt.
I don't know, really. I can't answer to this question.
You know what? We have many, many campuses around, Rihanna, and we're opening more and more. There's lots to look forward to in 2023. Right now, we don't have one in Frankfurt, but we don't know what's going to happen over the next couple of years. At the rate that we're going, we're not sure, but right now it's just in Berlin that you would have to come in Germany in order to study the psychology program, okay? Anything that's visa related, people like Hoverboy and some others who are writing to me, Ayomide, you're writing to me about visa, please, like I said, we're talking only about the psychology courses right now, I'm very happy to help you. I do have a person who can help you with visas on my department in the student support team. So write into me at ask@berlinsbi.com. You can see it on the screen, and I can get someone in touch with you as soon as possible. Okay. Samuel is asking Nancy, I have filled my application. How can I be assured that I will be selected?
Why not to be selected?
Yeah. So maybe he's asking on, let's talk about on what basis will a student be rejected? Maybe that's what he wants to know. What application will you reject? Maybe English,
Okay,
right? I think
let's say, yes, let's say that we will don't have, they will not have the acquired level of English. Let's say that they came from, I can't think a science, but they can then proceed with these programs. Is he a theologist? So then maybe she can follow this path.
right. Yeah. Okay,
So
that makes
only for these reasons. If we have something irrelevant from the sciences, and if we don't have the acquired level of English in order to proceed.
Do you, is it a pre-requirement to have the sciences to get into the bachelor's? No, right?
No,
Do they
no.
have, not at all. Yeah. Okay. Rihanna, you're asking which level of education means high school of class 11 or 12 is class 12. So you need to graduate class 12. You need to graduate from the last year of school, which is 12 years, and then you will be eligible for the bachelor's program. Okay. Amankwa, you're asking about the fees. We're still deciding. There's different variants to the fees, whether you're a domestic student, an international student. We can get, it'll be online very, very soon with regards to the fees. It also depends on your academic standing, whether you're eligible for a discount or not. So there's many, which part of the world you're applying from. So just hold on, and we will be getting back to you with regards to the fees. Okay. Rihanna is asking, are there any subjects that are required or grades in high school, Nancy, in order to?
No.
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 Okay.
No.
All right. How can I get visa? Okay. Is industrial psychology a part of the program? Do you know?
Yes, yes, it is. You will have course with this specific industrial and work psychology, both to bachelor and to master as well.
Okay, great. All right. Joshua is asking about the requirements. Can you just really quickly, Nancy, go through the criteria again in order to get into this program?
Let's start with the bachelor degree.
Yeah, sure.
So, aged 18 years old, academic qualifications, a school leaving certificate that allows students to pursue higher education in Germany, or international school leaving certificates, or BTEC national diploma, or advanced vocational certificate of education. English language requirements, IELTS 6.0, no less than 5.5 in any component, equivalent password test, PTA academic, West African Senior School Certificate, a proof of English for applicants for West Africa, namely Nigeria, Ghana, Liberia, Gambia, and Sierra Leone. Now, regarding the masters, minimum age 21 years old, academic qualifications as 3 years bachelor degree from a recognized institution in a related discipline, high school certificate. If you don't have bachelor's degree, but you have another academic qualification such as HND or a level 5 diploma and or professional experience, you are also welcome to apply. English language, again, is the same about with the bachelor, but I will mention once again. IELTS 6.0, no less than 5.5 in any components, equivalent password test, PTA academic, West African Senior School Certificate as proof of English for applicants from West Africa, Nigeria, Ghana, Liberia, Gambia, Sierra Leone. And I think so, that is all the requirements. But if they want Segita, maybe it's we can share with them, with the students, we can share all these requirements in order to study them or to see them or to take them under consideration under the piece.
That'll be great. Yeah. So students who were not there right in the beginning, we did mention that we're going to be sending you information via a PowerPoint. So then you'll have all of these information, the eligibility criteria, the fees, everything will be on it. And then you can get in touch with both Nancy and I if you have more questions. Just before, audience, I'm going to run 2 poll questions. But before I do that, Nancy, there's a student who's asking that the country that she comes from, they only have up to grade 11. So does she need to do a pathway program in order to get in? Do you know what her eligibility criteria would be, or do we recommend she sends us her certificate and then we'll take a call on
it? About which program of
so
the
I'm guessing it's a bachelor's program, because she's saying do I need to do a pathway program to enter if the high school in my country is only up to grade 11?
Okay, so let's send the application, and I think that we take into consideration what happened to her country, and I think that we will not have problem. But I think we are here to find a solution for everything. So don't be afraid. If you want to go through, send us your application, and we are here and our student services in order to help you and to find a solution.
Absolutely. Okay, students, I'm going to run the first poll, so please go ahead and answer it. The first poll is, do you feel you have enough information about these programs to study with us? So just go ahead and answer yes, no, maybe, and then I will run the second one, and then we can see based on what you'll answer, then we can decide how much more information we need to send you, okay? So I'm just going to wait for a couple of more minutes. Thank you so much, everyone, for answering. I'm glad that a lot of you are thinking that you got the information that you needed. For those of you who are saying no, just send me an email and let me know what you need. I know there's just a handful of you, but let me know what you need, and we're happy to take that for you. Okay. The second one, which of the programs are you interested in? Are you looking at the BSc in psychology or the MSc in psychology? So go ahead and answer. Wow, almost 50-50 I can see. Nancy, I'm not sure if you can see the poll answers.
No,
but,
no.
Okay,
unfortunately I can't.
Okay, all right. So a lot of the students, believe it or not, are for the bachelor's program. Right now, it's showing 75% for bachelor's and 25% for masters. That means you're going to have a lot of high schoolers coming to you, which is amazing. And then they'll just click on and do their masters after that, which is great. Hansa, you're saying, don't worry. Like I said, our first intake is only in October. You have ample time to go ahead and do your IELTS. Don't waste any time. It's only January, I know, but the sooner you do all of these things like your IELTS and start applying for your visa, then you can be on campus really, really soon. Okay. Again, payments, I know a lot of, I love that you're asking such genuine questions, because it looks like you're actually interested in joining us, which is a really, really good sign for us. And we're super interested or super excited to have you on. Hansa, you're from Pakistan. Is it possible for me to get admission into university? Why would it not? Of course, right, Nancy?
Yes, of course. Why not?
All right. I'm just seeing if there's anything else related, Nancy, to the psychology program. Otherwise, we can soon close this. Scholarships, Hawa, I told you, we're still in deciding. It depends on where you're from, what you've studied, what you what your percentages have been and how well you did in high school and for your bachelor's degree, and based on that we can then tell you. Okay, Nancy, there's a question about in the psych or the master's program, are you offering German classes too?
Yes, yes.
Oh,
they have
okay.
they have also, yes, German classes, yes, of course.
They have, yeah. So Rihanna, that they do offer German classes, like Nancy said, because we want to give you that opportunity to work with people in Berlin. So definitely we will be offering you those classes also.
As well as study method and research methodology, as we have said.
Oh, even better. That's amazing.
Yes, even better.
Yeah. Juliana, just Nancy, Juliana wrote saying, amazing program combining psychology with technology. That is the present and the future. Congratulations. So,
yes,
well done.
This is the future, I agree.
Absolutely. Okay, there are questions about scholarships, which we can't go into right now, Joshua. Just write into me and then we can do that. Please, if you go into our social handles that you see on the screen right now, so there's Twitter, and then there is, I can't see it, Facebook, and there is Instagram. We also have, it's all the same handle at Berlin SBI. You can go into LinkedIn, you can go into TikTok, YouTube. You will find the latest information that you need with pertaining to the psychology program or all our other new programs that we're having, and also some of the new campuses that we might be opening. We definitely are opening during 2023. So definitely stay tuned to any of these. I'm sure all of you are at least on 3 out of these 6 ones that we just mentioned, either TikTok or YouTube, LinkedIn, Insta, Facebook, and Twitter. Nancy, we're going to close really soon, but do you have any lasting words of wisdom or last words of wisdom that you would like to leave, or any advice you would like to leave with the students?
I'm very sure about one thing, that choosing one of this program is like taking a position on the future. Second one, I would like to tell students, love reading, establishing a relationship with the world of education, and especially with psychology, is a more stable path to success, and not only to endure the hardships of life, but to always flourish through creativity and progress. And also believe in yourself. The very meaning of life involves the deepest belief in your own greatness. Have ambitions, dream in every leap of your mind, and strive to conquer your deepest desires. So go through and enjoy the ride.
Oh, I love that. That's awesome. I'm gonna use it for myself for 2023 also. I'm gonna take it in.
Of course, Agita.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks so much, students, for being here. I know a lot of you have stayed the entire time with us. Thank you so much. We will be sending out more information to you. Again, Nancy's email address is on. My email address is on for all of those who've been asking questions about visa and accommodation and scholarship and eligibility. I will be writing emails to you, so don't worry. I will respond. I will take all the questions that were not pertaining to psychology, and I will answer it in the next day or two. Nancy, thank you so much for being here with us. Great, amazing programs. Just like Juliana said, you know, this is the future, and thank you for giving our students an opportunity to be ready for the future. And thank you for all the valuable information that you shared. And I hope we can do this again soon. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Agina. It was my pleasure, of course.
All right, yeah, and we'll be in touch. Students, make use of this opportunity to get in touch with Nancy, ask her whatever questions you have, and she'd be happy to help you with the whole admission process. Okay, so once again, thanks everyone at the back end. Nagaraj, huge thank you to you also for helping Nancy. Now, we wouldn't have made it without you. So thanks again, everyone. Hope to see you all on campus really, really soon. October 2023. Thanks. Have a great evening. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.